In 2014, I was 19 years old and going to college. I needed money to pay my bills, so I worked part-time jobs. I cleaned bars at night. I worked as a bouncer. Nothing special, just whatever kept me going. Then I got a job at a gas station. The pay was better than anything I had done before. I was happy about it. My job was simple. I worked day and evening shifts with other people around. I had never done a night shift before. That was always Mike's shift. He always took it, and I never asked why. Until one night, he could not. Mike came to me looking really stressed. His grandfather had just died, and he needed to leave right away. He asked me to cover his shift. I said no at first. I had not slept in 2 days, and I was very tired. But then Mike handed me some cash. It was good money. I was broke, and I needed it. So I said yes. Before the shift started, I told my coworker I was going to take a short nap in the back office. I sat down, put my head on the table, and fell asleep straight away. At 9 at night, she woke me up. Her shift was done. I was alone now. The rules for night shift were easy. Lock the front door, turn off the lights. Only serve people through the small window at the front. Never open the door. This was mainly to keep drunk people out. Standing there alone in that quiet, empty store, I started to understand why Mike never gave this shift to anyone else. The first few hours were fine. 5 customers came in total. Most of them were truck drivers stopping for gas and snacks. They paid and left. No problems. After they were gone, the station got very quiet. Then a man pulled up. He parked his car badly and got out slowly. He walked toward the store in a strange, heavy way. I thought he just needed gas or food, normal enough. But he stopped right before the window and stared at me. Not at anything else, just at me. Like he knew who I was. I stepped outside. "Hey mate, how can I help you?" He looked at me with red, unfocused eyes. "Who are you? Where is Mike?" He was drunk. I thought he was just wasting my time, so I went back inside. But he followed me straight to the window. He kept asking about Mike again and again and started getting louder. I told him Mike had a family emergency and his grandfather had passed away. He laughed at that. Then he suddenly calmed down and asked for snacks and a gas refill. I got him his snacks and watched him walk back to the pump. 10 minutes passed. The pump should have stopped by now. It had not. I looked through the window to check. My stomach dropped. The man was soaked in gasoline from head to toe. It was dripping off his clothes and pooling on the ground around him. He had been standing at that pump for 10 minutes, letting it pour all over himself. And he was staring right at me through the window, smiling. A slow, empty smile that made my whole body go cold. I ran to the register and hit the emergency button to shut the pump off. Then I ran back to the window. He was holding a lighter. He kept flicking it and screaming that Mike had stolen his money. He said if Mike did not come back right now, he would blow the whole station up. His voice was shaking, but his eyes were completely blank. That blank look scared me more than anything. I grabbed the phone and called the police, then the fire brigade. My hands would not stop shaking. He kept flicking the lighter, once, twice, 3 times. Nothing happened. For a second I thought maybe it would not work. Then it did. The fire caught instantly and spread all over his clothes. He stumbled back with his arms out. The whole forecourt lit up. He made a horrible sound, like he could not believe what had just happened to him. The police arrived in less than 2 minutes. They put out the fire and took him away. He died from his burns the next day. I still think about that night sometimes. Not the fire, but the smell. Burnt hair and burnt skin. It stayed with me for days. And one question I still think about even now: what if that lighter had worked the very first time?